So I wanted to come in today and talk to you a little bit. Today we are here with our partners, which is Teller County Commissioner Dan Williams, Bob Campbell. This is our Park County Commissioner Amy Mitchell, Jen Flute from the Park County Sheriff's Office, our Forest Service partners. And we wanted to just come in and give you a briefing on what's going on and where we're at and what we're doing. So real quick, your firefighters have worked all night. They've worked multiple days in really harsh conditions. So that's the Lake George Fire and then the Florissant Fire Department and multiple other partners that I can't even give you a list of everybody. Our Forest Service partners, just so many good people are here to actually help protect your homes, our environment, and just everything that we're doing, okay? We went out to the fire area yesterday. We drove through with the commissioners from both counties. There's a lot of burn back in there that was set to kind of increase those lines to really protect that fire from spreading a lot of places. The Forest Service and all these partners have done a great job of really putting it in kind of a box. We still have some dangers with it.
Sheriff, sorry, they have no sound. Can you give us 1 second? Sorry,
Okay.
sorry.
I'll reiterate that, but right now, the reason we're doing that with our media partners is that we're trying to put out a lot of information to people that couldn't get here today. A lot of residents are in Colorado Springs and different places because there's just not a lot of places for everyone to go. So in continuance, we're working with all those partners to make sure that that box where that fire is sitting is safer. Now I'm not telling you that it's so safe that the fire couldn't blow up again, but it is safe enough that we're talking about right around 12 o'clock this afternoon, being able to let people back into their homes on both sides. Okay? So I'm going to let our Park County partners talk about that. We're going to talk about that because what we're going to do for the Teller County side, and I'll let Jen talk about the Park County side, is that right at noon, when you go back, you bring some form of documentation showing that you lived there. We'll allow you back into your homes. All right? Now, you're still under pre-evacuation. That isn't saying that we're totally safe, but what we're saying is these fire departments have done such a great job that we believe it is safe at this time to be back into pre-evac, right? So I'm very happy to tell you that. So if I could get a hand for our fire department.
Is that pretty much your thing that's going to happen at noon?
Well, I wouldn't be saying it.
TV.
I wouldn't be saying it if you weren't going to go home at noon. Okay.
Okay, so we can plan on that even though we can't see it on the tube.
Well, you're gonna, yeah, it's going out there on TV today too. So, now, is there a possibility something happened that you have to leave again?
Sure.
Yes, but that's what we want to tell you. The other side is we're going to give you some documents so that if you're not on the Everbridge program to get alerts, that you get those. We're going to hand those out at the entrance subdivisions. The only people that are going to get into those subdivisions or on those roads in either county are people that reside in that area, okay? Now here's the other thing. You're going to have a lot of fire traffic still in there. They're trying to do their jobs. I'm going to ask that you keep your speeds very low. You're not out looking at the fire because that causes them to have to slow down or try to get around you. We don't want that looky-loo effect, right? So stay in your residences, stay clear of the firefighters, stay clear of the fire zones, and let them do their jobs because we still have some stuff in there, okay? So at 12 o'clock today, the evacuation is going to change for the 403 fire, okay? 12 o'clock. So if you show up there at 10:45, you're not going to get in, okay? So 12 o'clock. Now, and again, that's going to change from mandatory evacuation to pre-evac. All of the pre-evac areas in both counties will still stay on pre-evac, right? We still want that heightened level of understanding that there's still a fire. If you don't see smoke, that doesn't mean we're not fighting the fire, okay? So only property owners, residents are going to be allowed back in the area. The fire is still currently at 25% containment, okay? But they've done a great job of putting in lines and different things, but it's not contained more than that 25%. Smoke and health warnings. You're going to be in an area that you may experience thicker smoke. So just understand and be careful of those health effects in those zones. We're going to have some links online where you can get that information on how to deal with that, okay? We're going to be posting maps of the roadblocks in the area. We're still gonna have deputies, both Park and Teller, that are roving through the areas and making sure that other people don't come into the areas, right? And that'll probably go on throughout the extent of the fire. I do want to reiterate to you, and one last thing is that truly stay away from the fire zone. Let these guys work. Drive very slow. We're asking 5 miles an hour when you're driving through any of those areas to get into your residences. The reason being is if I have fire trucks coming around the corners, I don't want somebody in the middle of the road traveling at high speeds that may crash into one of these things, and then we have a road blocked, we can't even get fire trucks through, or we damage equipment that's really needed to protect that for that fire, all right? So just be very careful with that, and I know you will be. Any questions for me? Everybody just happy they're gonna be able to go home? Well, believe me, we're happy you're gonna go home also. So, Jen, would you like to say anything?
Sure. Thank you, Sheriff.
I'm gonna stand close again. 'Cause
Okay.
I'm at A, B, and C plan.
Hello, good morning again. Great news. Thank you, everyone. Just a quick reminder, I want to bring up something that I think is very important to say. Yesterday, we had an event that potentially affected a lot of people. When we have an event like this, we expect everyone to adhere to the professionals, such as the firefighters. And when they have road closures and roadblocks and whatnot, we had an individual that decided to disregard our roadblock and go back to their residence. During that time, they had a medical emergency, which took up multiple ambulances, multiple fire trucks, as well as a helicopter. This right here is case in point. That individual took hands, boots on the ground, off of this very same fire that we're talking about. And I say that only because we don't just say this just for you guys to make you guys upset or put out. We do this because it's your safety. So please, please, your guys' selfless act should be to respect the fire personnel when this comes down. Other than that, we have great news today. Amy, do you have anything to add to that?
I just want to say that we know how stressful it is to be evacuated and to have an incident like this going on, and we all acknowledge the stress. And you probably won't even feel it until you walk in your door and the adrenaline starts wearing off. And we just want to know, take a deep breath. If you're inclined, say a prayer of thanks, but just stay alert, stay packed, because you never know what my nature can deliver. But we're really happy to let you get back to your home and where you belong. And we're going to stay in communication. The lines will all stay open. We are grateful for the U.S. Forest Service, Teller, and Park County's fire, all the work that they've done in the fire districts to lend assist. And we're here. Everyone can find me online on Park County if you need it. My phone numbers are all listed. We're here to serve you and to help you. So thank you.
Yeah.
So we made it to this point, and this is probably one of the most dangerous phases of an operation. We had a big meeting this morning with Incident Commander, County Commissioners, Forest, everybody else, and it's a tough decision to let beautiful people like you guys go back in or healthy right now into a situation that's kind of unhealthy. Get ready for the emotion when you come in and you see the fields that are burned. They'll be green in about a month. You'll see a lot of the work that the firefighters did for you. You may have a few trees missing, just understand why. And look into some of the eyes of the firefighters. I mean, we were out there yesterday when this incident happened at Jen. We actually were co-located, and so we had choppers on this side, with water, and then we had this chopper for a gentleman that decided, he didn't need to listen to us. So, but look into the eyes of the firefighters when you go in. It looked like combat to me. Black faces, red eyes, and there's still hot shots out there. So you're gonna see a lot of action out there, but we feel it's safe enough right now to bring you back in. And I would say if you see things, I know Jason, I don't want to get into Jason's lane, but there'll be a way to report things that you see that, because you are now the eyes that we didn't have out there before. And we're very, very serious about getting ready in case we have to pull you back out, but I think it's time to put you guys back in. We also have to reset in both counties teams for the next fire, which could be on the other side of the county or something. But appreciate you guys, love you, thanks for listening, and thanks for listening to these guys. It's really true what friends and neighbors do for each other. the first time in a long time that we had this kind of great cooperation. We always have had with Amy and everybody, but so we learned a lot of lessons whenever we have to do cross-boundary. So I really, really appreciate you guys. And be safe out there. And you'll see us out there today when you come back in. So, Bob?
I just want to say thank you, and if they're not in the fire, they're out on the streets coming back to this area, please thank those firefighters. They put their life on the lines to save our lives, to save our assets, to save our houses. At this point, I'm not sure that we are aware of any structures that have been lost, so they've done a tremendous job. Hundreds of people working, lots of people coordinating. And that's just our role as commissioners. We help coordinate, we help get resources. We're sort of the shell answer man of everybody. So tell everybody thank you for all their efforts, because it's 4 or 5 days of serious hard work, and day and night. They're dead tired, we're all dead tired, but we're here to help you guys, and thank you so much.
They alluded to it that you're gonna see smoke, you may see flames. If it's in that area that they're working on, you don't need to call us for that, because we're going to have people that are spotting it and watching it. The Forest Service is doing a great job with getting after that fire out there with all of our local crews. And just know that they're fighting for you. We have seen some negative rhetoric online about the different fire departments and whatnot. I'm going to tell you here as a sheriff of all the fire department, that all your fire departments are doing the very best they can do. And they're good people, and you got good fire chiefs. That rhetoric is baloney. They're doing a good job. And I just want to tell you from the bottom of my heart as a sheriff that I trust these fire departments, and I have to, right? I don't have a choice. Being a fire marshal, I have to know that they're going to do their jobs, and they're going to do their jobs well. They're not getting into that, but I hate it when they have to come home and see stuff on social media about those things. So just know that your fire departments are doing a wonderful job, all of them, and that everyone is working well together, no matter what anybody says. We are one fight and one fire, so that makes a difference, I think, to everybody. So when you go back today, you'll see deputies, you're going to see firefighters. They're going to be out there, and just know it is safe. Okay, Josh, you have anything you'd like to talk?
Sure. Good morning, everyone. Just a quick recap. The fire remains so far at 1,388 acres with 25% containment. All lines have held overnight, and today's operation strategy will be to continue to secure those lines on the fire edge. There still remains heat interior of the fire, so there is that potential of possible fire growth with wind increase and other factors. We are happy to announce about the evacuation lift at 12 o'clock. With that being said, you are still in pre-evacuation status, so just be prepared. Don't get too comfortable. Keep your bags ready just in case something happens. Also, again, just reiterating safety, drive cautiously. Again, stay away from the fire and affected area, because there are a lot of firefighters in there that are still doing a lot of hard work, and we do not want to impact them or cause any delay on the work that they are doing. That's all I have for you all. Any questions?
Are you still able, or are you doing any air drives?
I know that there is a planned MMA flight today to get accurate acreage and to just see any heat signatures on the flight, and to see the potential and need if they need to bring in a helicopter for more bucket work. So that will be evaluated today. Thank you.
Real quick, as everybody goes home today, Highway 24, we're gonna move our roadblocks up the road a little ways. If the road on Highway 24, if the roads on Wagon Tongue and Wilson Drive is blocked with cars, let's go on by, and let's not all try and rush at 12 o'clock. Because we don't want no accidents or anything on that major highway. So we are gonna move up a little ways, half mile up on Wagon Tongue, and we'll move up a little bit on Wilson Drive. So if the cars are sitting there, drive on by until you guys can get in safely, so we don't create a problem out on the highway, okay?
Yeah, so that's a good point. So if we have, I don't find more than 10 cars backed up there, you know, it's gonna back up the highway. So just watch for that. We'll have deputies out there. We'll talk to State Patrol also. I do want to say a big thank you to our PIO team from the U.S. Forest Service, Teller County Sheriff's Office, and Park County Sheriff's Office. Those guys have done some amazing heavy lifting on this, and I know that everybody wanted a lot of information. Well, there's only 6 or 7 PIOs actually working, so they're going out taking pictures, doing all those types of things to get that information out, and they've done an amazing job. So I just want to say thank you to them also. I don't want to hold you guys up anymore. If there's any other questions, please ask. But I want to get you to where you can go home or go to where you're staying and get ready to go home. Okay? And then if the Sanborn Ranch, if I could please speak with you after this, and then thank you folks for everything. I appreciate all of you.
Thank you.